cloud out. Matt, can you flank them and get a clear shot?
I'll take that sniper on top. Wait for it.
Ubisoft's first MMO-like title, The Division captured the hearts of gamers from its NYC-based setting and cooperative gameplay. Set in a world where an infectious disease wiped out most of the country, the Division agents are sent into the heart of the outbreak to find out more details about the virus. I won't lie to you, the game is not about the story. Most of your time will be spent completing missions, collecting loot, and fighting enemy factions with your friends. The Division 2 follows up on the original and brings a more in-depth experience to the players. The setting is based in Washington, D.C., and that comes with a ton of new experiences and storytelling abilities.
Matt, I need your help. Over here. Seeker mine out.
Metro Exodus was a big game when it was released. Not only did it bring a new sense of realism to the gaming world, but it brought some horrifying monsters alongside it. Players venture off into a post-apocalyptic Russia. Here players will be treated to giant wolf-like monsters, unbreathable air, and hidden enemies all around. From crafting new weapon mods, an immersive story that pits you into a scary world, and some extremely gorgeous landscapes, Metro Exodus is a perfect post-apocalyptic game to scratch your itch. Hideo Kojima's first independent game, Death Stranding, had a lot of hype surrounding it. With Kojima being a staple in the gaming industry, there was a lot of anticipation of what his first game outside of the Metal Gear franchise would be. Thus, Death Stranding is born. I won't sit here and lie to you, Death Stranding is not going to be for everyone. In traditional Kojima fashion, the story is super complex and deep with its lore. As players venture out into this cross-country road trip to help save the world, you will be greeted with militaristic enemies, giant monsters, and everything else in between. Guerrilla Games took the gaming community by surprise when it came to Horizon Zero Dawn. Not only were we not expecting a single-player open-world adventure game from the developers, but we didn't expect it to be as good as it was. Players jump into a civilization that has gone prehistoric again, but with the technology of the future still active. Our heroine Aloy fights off giant robot dinosaurs, vicious clans, and everything else in between to succeed in her mission, which is to discover what is going on with the animals and the rise of the unknown enemy clan. Dying Light 2 was in the works for quite some time, and now that it's finally available to play. The sequel builds upon the original with even more parkour, intense zombies, and a story that will keep you engaged for hours to come. The beauty of this game is that you can play in single-player mode or with a friend, and if you do play it cooperatively, the parkouring across the dense city, while zombies are following you, will create some very fun and intense moments for you and your friend. Horizon Forbidden West follows up the original title and brings a deeper, expansive world to the players. The sequel title remains following our iconic heroine. Her adventures bring her to the west of the United States, where she hopes to solve a mystery about why the machines are built, and a deeper, more sinister plot starts to unfold. The gameplay remains mostly the same, a lot smoother and punchier. Guerrilla Games also managed to bring some new equipment to the game which changes up the gameplay a bit, and a ton of vicious robot dinosaur variants. The landscapes, character animations and monsters are absolutely breathtaking, making Horizon Forbidden West one of the best looking games on the PS5.
I have to stay ahead of it. Gotta slow you down. Fire that thing!
Bend Studio has been out of commission for quite some time until the release of their zombie title Days Gone. This game is a more traditional open-world zombie title with a vast cast of characters, a ton of horrifying hordes of zombies, and a sprawling map to explore. Days Gone got mixed reactions when it was released. However, if you're a fan of a zombie game with fun gameplay and a giant map like I do, this is exactly what you'd be looking for. Of course, like every game, nothing is truly perfect, but the general overview of the game provides a ton of great content for its players.
Everything can change in an instant, whether or not you're ready.
Bethesda is known for its open-world games, and when it comes to Fallout 4, they managed to gain yet another classic title under their belt. Fallout 4 brings everything we love about the Fallout franchise and pushes it even further. From dynamic conversations with bystanders, an epic journey the player must embark on, and a world that feels lived in. This post-apocalyptic world is filled with a ton of enemy types ranging from monsters, zombies, mutants, and much more. Fallout 4 brings hours of fun thanks to its expansive list of side missions, allowing players to keep engaged in the game for hours to come.
So where is it, huh? This institute. How do I get there?
Haven't you been paying attention? You don't find the institute. The institute finds you.
In my mind, my gun, they comfort me.
The follow-up title to The Last of Us shook the gaming community. The sequel to a masterpiece is very hard to do, but the great developers at Naughty Dog managed to do just that. Part 2 of this epic franchise goes even deeper into the post-apocalyptic world of The Last of Us, and shows us an even darker look at humanity. The story keeps you reeled in from the very start, and the visuals are breathtaking. Without talking about story spoilers for the game, players go through an emotional journey about how revenge and hate only fester into bigger problems. It's an amazing title and most definitely worth the attention it gets.
I have to finish it.
There's a cost.
Where?
In the town!
By now, everyone has heard of The Last of Us. Even if you tried to avoid it, you most likely know it. It brings the zombie apocalypse genre into a new era with its infected mutant zombies and impeccable storytelling. With a virus widespread across the globe, it comes down to an immune 13-year-old girl to save humanity. Naughty Dog released a remake for the original title and renamed it The Last of Us Part 1. That version of the game comes with a ton of great new features, but primarily it focuses on rebuilding the game from the ground up in the graphics department. Characters have never looked better, the lighting and physics of the game are absolutely stunning, and the gameplay remains as solid as ever.
Stop with the bullshit. What are you so afraid of?